Expedition Everest is one of Walt Disney World's biggest coasters, and this is a great coaster, guys. What we're doing today is I'll be just going through the whole ride, giving you my full thoughts on it, and telling you how I liked it. But this ride, is the most expensive roller coaster ever made in the whole world, and this coaster is a very interesting and very good ride. It is a family coaster, just like most of Disney World's roller coasters, but it still delivers a great ride experience. Disney World is one of my home parks. I used to go there all the time. I still go there a little bit now, so I've been getting a lot of rides on this, even though Animal Kingdom is probably one of my least visited parks out of all of the Disney World parks, but I still get to ride this ride a lot of times, and it is a really good ride. Now, like I said earlier, when this ride opens, it was the world's most expensive ride. It's a family coaster. For you to spend a ton of money on a coaster, and by the way, is $100 million for this ride that costed. But I think it is maybe worth that ride, that amount of money. But if I were had $100 million to spend on a roller coaster, I would do an RMC Giga, something like that. With really really good theming, something like tearing any Disney coaster theme, or theming like that, or has a ton of versions, great airtime moments, and that would be what I would spend my $100 million on. Have a long ride. But this ride really is just a great ride. Most of the ride, you would be able to see, you can only see really the lift hill and the drop. This whole ride is really just enclosed, and some of it's enclosed when you go through the mountain, but when you first start off, you're gonna be having that kind of low to the ground area, which if you're just a bystander not riding, you won't really see this part, and you won't the only thing you'll see, like I said, is the lift hill and the drop, which is very interesting. It's very it just adds to what people say as Disney magic. So what do we so the stats on this coaster are very solid. Of course, is located at Animal Kingdom. It is made by Vekoma. It has a height of 199 feet. Now, the reason why they got to 199 feet is just because if you get to 200 feet and above, you have to put a light on it and it flashes up there. So it really just if you had to do that, really would just take away from the Disney experience. Now they do this exact same thing on Tower of Terror. They put it right under 200 feet, but with the light, it really just would take away the Disney experience. So actually, if I bet normal people wouldn't even notice that. That just makes it on just tells you on how Disney pays so much attention to the rides and how they make it. So that is very interesting, but kind of funny too. So what are you starting to do? You'll be walking up to the ride, and then you'll start to go through this you'll be going to the queue. Now, this ride does have a single rider line, which is very, very convenient if you get the chance to do it. Also, if definitely try to get a fast pass for this coaster, but the single rider line isn't bad at all, though. If you the whole queue on this ride is very immersive, and it has a great it has a great queue. Actually, one of my personal favorite queues. You're gonna have a ton of stuff to look at, and it really is just interesting and just really cool to look at. And even if you kids do get stuck in a long line, you'll at least get something to look at. So you'll be going to that, and you'll get to the trains. You'll be having these really good dispatches, but you'll get in the train, and then you're gonna leave the station. But then you are gonna be going around. It's this whole area right here. It's basically just the mine train part of the ride. This coaster is pretty much a family coaster, but it does have a lot of thrill coaster elements, such as the helix in the midpoint of the ride. That it has a pretty decent drop, a pretty big drop actually, for a family coaster. But and it's also going to have the backward section, some pretty decent moments too, which are actually kind of thrilling. But you're going to leave the station, and you're going to go up this first lift hill out of two. This is the little one, and you're just going to bank around, go through these ones low to the ground, and then you're going to go up the second the second lift hill, this is the biggest one. This is where you can see from most of the park, but you're going to be going up that, and then you're going to get to the top. This is where you get to the peak of the mountain. It's going to be all snowy up there, and like this whole ride really is just immersive and just immerses you in the experience with all of the great theming and really just tell the story very well. But then you're going to go down, you're going to bank around, you're going to go, and then you are going to go to the GP, or GP are like so scared, and where GP are just like, oh my god, the track's broken. I was like, I mean, yeah, I mean Disney like does a really good job of that. I mean, it's like a GP magnet right here, but you're going to get to that point, the track's broken, and behind you, the track is going to flip, and then you are going to get a great view of all of Disney. But one thing that is very, very good and very cool is that they really do hide all of the stuff where the track is broken, like, away from where you can see it. So, like, if you're just looking at Expedition Everest, you most likely won't see the parts where you're going to be having, like, that track piece right there. You will not see it. Like, you cannot see it from the park, which really does just add to the experience. But then you're going to go back, and then you're going to go through the backwards section, and this is all inside the mountain. You are completely in the dark, and I mean, like, it is pretty thrilling there. I mean, it isn't too thrilling to where all people aren't gonna our people are gonna be like this is too thrilling. I mean, this ride really is good for all ages. It really is just a good ride. But then you're gonna go up, and then you're gonna go backwards, and then you're gonna see this projection on the wall of the Yeti ripping up the track. The track's gonna flip up in front of you, but then you're gonna shoot up forward. You're gonna go through the biggest drop of the ride. Good drop, of course. You can be feeling it more in the back, but then you're gonna bank down around, go through the mountain, and go through this helix. Very solid helix. It definitely does feel like this helix is a little bit longer than any other rides helixes are, but it's still that makes it like a little bit better. But pretty much all helixes are the same. But then you're gonna go through I mean, this is a meme. I mean, like, the Disco Yeti. I mean, so the whole story behind this was the world's biggest animatronic, and it used to be going through the whole thing. It's a Yeti right now. It's because it's named the Disco Yeti, is that now it's just gonna have flashing lights on it to make it look like it's moving. But you're going to be seeing the Disco Yeti. It used to swipe at you. It used to move its hand and swipe at you, which I bet was, I personally did not get to experience that just because I was younger then, and I definitely probably wasn't tall enough to ride it. But this Disco Yeti, I mean, it really is just crazy big. It's my personal favorite animatronic out of all of Disney. It really is just a great animatronic. But then you were going to go through the mountain, and then you were going to end your experience on Expedition Everest. Now it's time for the overall score. I'll be giving this coaster a score of 8 out of 10. This is definitely my favorite Disney roller coaster. Rock and Roller Coaster gets pretty close, but this ride definitely is unique and definitely has a great layout and definitely has a ton of great elements. So hope you guys enjoyed this review of Expedition Everest, the great coaster at Disney's Animal Kingdom and Walt Disney World, and stay tuned for more videos coming to Coaster Productions, and I'll see you guys later.